boys, one for you ringers. There was movement at the station, for the word had passed around that the colt from Old Regret had got away, and had joined the wild bush horses. He was worth £1,000. So all the cracks had gathered to the fray, all the tried and noted riders from the stations near and far had mustered at the homestead overnight. For the bushmen love hard riding where the wild bush horses are, and the stock horse snuffed the battle with delight. There was Harrison, who made his pile and Pardon won the cup, and the old man with his hair as white as snow. But few could ride beside him when his blood was fairly up. He would go wherever horse a man could go. And Clancy of the Overflow came down the land of hand. No better horseman never held the reins, for never horse could throw him while the saddle girths would stand, and he learned to ride while droving on the plains. And one was there, a stripling on a small and weedy beast. He was something like a racehorse undersized, with a touch of Timor pony, 3 parts thoroughbred at least, and such a by mountain horseman prize. He was young and tough and wiry, he was hard and tough and wiry, just the sort that won't say die. There was courage in his quick and patient tread, and he bore the badge of gameness with his bright and fiery eye, and the proud lofty carriage on his head. But still so slight and weedy, one would doubt his power to stay, and the old man said, that horse will never do. For a long and tiring gallop, lad, you'd better stop away. Those hills are far too rough for such as you. So he waited sad and wistful, only Clancy stood his friend. I think we ought to let him come, he said, for I warrant he'll be with us when he's wanted at the end. For both his horse and he are mountain bred. He hails from Snowy River, up by Kosciuszko's side, where the hills are thrice as steep and twice as rough, where our horses' hoofs strike firelight from the flintstones every side, and the man that holds his own is good enough. And the Snowy River riders on the mountains make their home, where the river runs those giant hills between. I have seen full many horsemen since I first commenced to roam, but nowhere yet such horsemen have I seen. So he went, they found the horses by the big mimosa clump. They raced away towards the mountain's brow, and the old man gave his orders, boys, go at 'em from the jump. No use to try for fancy riding now. And Clancy, you must wheel and try to reel them to the right. Ride boldly, lad, and never fear the spills, for never yet was rider that could keep that mob in sight, if once they gained the shelter of those hills. So Clancy rode the wheel and he was racing on the wing, where the best and boldest riders take their place. And he raced his stock horse past them, and he made the rangers ring with his stock whip as he met them face to face. Then they halted for a moment while he swung the dreaded lash, but they saw their well-loved mountain full in view, and they charged beneath the stock whip with a sharp and sudden dash, and off into the mountain scrub they flew. Then fast the horsemen followed, where the gorges deep and black resounded to the thunder of their tread. Then the stock whips woke the echoes, and they faithfully answered back from cliffs and crags that beetle overhead. And And up where the wild horses held their way, where mountain ash and corridon grew wide. And the old man muttered fiercely, we made victim of good aid. No man could hold them down the other side. When they reached the mountain summit, even Clancy took a pull. It well might make the boldest hold their breath. The wild hop scrub grew thickly and the hidden ground was full of wombat holes, and any slip was death. But the man from Snowy River let the pony have his head, and he swung his stock-whip round and gave a cheer. And he raced him down the mountain like a torrent in its bed, while the others stood and watched in very fear. He sent the flintstones flying, but the pony kept his feet. He cleared the fallen timber in his stride. And the man from Snowy River never shifted in his seat. It was grand to see that mountain horseman ride through the stringy barks and saplings on the broad and broken ground. Down the hillside at a racing pace he went, and he never drew the bridle till he landed safe and sound at the bottom of that terrible descent. He was right among the horses when they climbed the further hill, and the watchers on the mountain standing mute saw him ply the stock-whip fiercely. He was right among them still as they raced across the clearing in pursuit. Then he lost them for a moment where two mountain gullies met, and the ranges but a final glimpse reveals. On a dim and distant hillside, the wild horses racing yet, with the man from Snowy River on their heels. He ran them single-handed till their sides were white with foam. He followed like a bloodhound on their track till they halted, cowed and beaten. Then he turned their heads for home, and alone and unassisted brought them back. But his hardy mountain pony could scarcely raise a trot. He was blood from hip and shoulder from the spur. But his pluck was still undaunted and his courage fiery hot, for never yet was mountain horse occurred. And down by Kosciuszko, where the pine-clad ranges rise, their torn and rugged battlements on high, where the air is clear as crystal and the white stars fairly blaze at midnight in the cold and frosty sky, and where around the overflow the reed beds sweep and sway to the breezes and the rolling plains wide. The man from Snowy River is our household word today, and the stockmen tell the story of his ride. And the stockmen tell the story of his ride.